Hello, hello. Tonight's video is a good one. We're sat up by about 20% on the one day for PHUN. This is putting us in a really good position. And after the drop that we have been seeing for the past week or so, it is absolutely something that we need. But the question now is, what has happened today with this stock and where do we go from here? Well, I am not a financial advisor and this video does not consist of financial advice, but if you do want to hear all of my personal thoughts and opinions on it, it is coming up in the next 10 or so minutes. So make sure to leave a like on this video and do subscribe to the channel. And if you do have any friends that may enjoy this content, share it with them as well, because again, we are trying to grow this channel very, very close to touching 13,000 right now. Thank you for everything so far. We just need to keep that growth going as time does go on. Now on top of that, we are also doing a fundraiser right now for Save the Children. If you can donate, please do, because you will be making a positive difference to children's lives. And do remember that 100% of the funds do go straight towards Save the Children. Again, the link will be somewhere around this video, so if you can donate anything, it would make a big difference to the most vulnerable in our world. But now I've said that, let us dive into this video and start off on the simple chart. Very, very easy for everybody to understand. You'll see that on the one day, we are looking fairly okay. The spike is coming towards the end of day, which is fantastic to see, but overall the day has been good. For the morning session, yes, we were moving up. You will see our initial drop did happen from 9:30 up until 11 o'clock, but we bottomed out at a price point of around 326. Then we started to move up. We saw our first spike, which took us up to the 374 mark, and then we had a bit of a dip from there. Now overall, we came back up to the 374 mark for a while back here, and then we had our next rip from there. So a bit of consolidation around the 374 mark, and then another push up, which took us up to the 466, and then it took us up and up and up, all the way to our highs of the day, well above $5, back up here, which were at about $5.13. So really good day overall, coming back down towards the end of day a little bit, coming down to 456 on close. Now, I would expect this one to fall a bit towards close, as people are inevitably going to be swing trading these stocks. Those people, like I said a few days ago, who like to gamble a bit more, you know, if they were willing to gamble, they could have bought in out of the lows and of course made some very nice profits. But again, it does all depend on where your risk tolerance does lie, and that still applies going forwards. But yeah, on the 5-day chart, things are now looking fairly good. Still in the green apparently by a very small amount. We're coming very close to being in the red though, so it could go either way. But again, another push up like this tomorrow, or at least some consolidation, would still put us in a nice position in my opinion. And in the past month, you will know how it has been moving. We hit our highs up here, which were, if we look at this, just above the mark of about $20, I believe it was. Sorry, just above $18. So yeah, it was at $18.38. And again, from that point, we have been falling. And right now, we are starting to see a bit of a push up with this stock, which really is good, because one thing that I have been saying in the past week or so is, where are we going to be going with this stock right now? Nobody really knows, because we don't really have the data to establish our new levels of support and new levels of resistance. And really what I think we were looking for and are still looking for ultimately is where our new level of support is going to be. We need to find the bottom for the stock. Now the point that I always do go back to is where the stock was valued at prior to the big push up. This was a stock that was worth about $1. So to see it at $4.50 right now, or even $3 a couple of days ago, was still a relatively high price for what it is, and the stock is still up by 4 times, and I think we cannot forget that. But now, a lot more people do know about the stock than previously did. A lot more people own the stock than previously did. So the new floor, in my opinion, is inevitably going to be higher than what it previously was. So again, it's about finding where that is. And I think that is possibly coming right now. We're looking to find the bottom of this stock. And if we have just found it, that is going to be a very good thing. But again, I would still be apprehensive to say, oh, this is a bottom. And we are certainly going to see the spike up going forwards into the next few days. It is not something that we can take for granted. But this definitely could be the start of a good thing looking forwards, but I'll talk more about this at the end. First, I want to show you guys a couple of the indicators, and where we're going to start off with is on the 1-day chart. So on the 1-day chart, one thing is clear. The moving average is a little bit above where we are. This is also to be expected, because bear in mind it is a lagging indicator, and because we have had that bit of a decrease after such a big spike up in the afternoon, it hasn't really had the time to catch up. So it is at 476, where our actual price is at 456. It's not too big of a deal, and it is in the normal region in my opinion. Come down here, you will see an RSI figure just over here of 43. That's okay. It's 7 points away from neutral. It is a little bit low, but it's definitely not considered oversold, and it really is still in the realms of normality in my opinion. And the trend for the MACD is now crossing below the line. It's becoming bearish, and this is because we have had this sell-off. But it is also important to remember this is a one-day data, so it's not the most important in my opinion at least. And of course, we are going to be seeing this, being caught out ultimately because we have had the big push up, which sent us up so high, and now it's sending us down so quickly because we have had the sell-off because of that. But yeah, the data is still looking good on the 1 day. On the 5 day, we're still looking fairly good too. You'll see a moving average figure of 392. This also hasn't had time to catch up. It is going to be lagging behind where we are, so this is normal. The RSI trend is on 56. Now, once again, it's only 6 points away from neutral, and it's not too big of a problem in my eyes. It definitely is still in the normal levels, and despite having this bit of a drop, we are still looking very bullish on the MACD in my opinion. And another thing that we are seeing today is volume come back into the stock. Now, how much volume are we seeing? This becomes a lot more clear when we look at this one on the 1 month chart, and what we're going to do is put this onto the 1 month 1 day. So look at the 1 month 1 day chart, and you will see one thing is very, very apparent. We are seeing the volume figures come back into the stock, and ideally this is where we want to be, because what you'll notice in the past couple of days is we've been seeing the stock push down and down and down as time does go on, and of course the volume figures have also been decreasing. But we want to see the volume come back in, as it will show that we are having that interest in the stock continue, i.e. people are still talking about the stock, people are still buying the stock, and that is clearly being reflected in the price action. So we want to see volume come back into this one going forwards, and it is still a very good thing to see today. I think it does just remind us that this stock is not over. There is still some life in this one, and people do need to remember that. Ultimately, like I did mention a few times, we are just trying to find the bottom, and I think we are hopefully going to do this at some point this week. But a few of the other indicators, other than the volume, the one that we are seeing down here, we are seeing a trend on the MACD, which is actually becoming bearish still. These lines are very, very close to crossing over fully, which would be a very big sign of a bearish trend. And we also seen some red candles sneak in here. But over the past 2 days, we are seeing one thing is clear as well. The red candles and the intensity of those has not really increased. So over time over here, we're seeing these steps form, steps downwards, downwards, downwards and downwards and downwards, but right now we're actually seeing a flat crossover. They're not really moving down too much, and I know that it's very hard to make them out here, but yeah, they aren't moving down, and that is a good sign. Now, whilst it is still bearish, do remember the MACD is a lagging indicator, and that itself will need some time to catch up, so bear with it. And again, another green day tomorrow may allow us to still remain in the realms of the bullish trend. But come over here, you'll see a few of our other indicators, such as our RSI figure, which is looking good at 60. 10 points away from neutral. It is a little bit high, but at least we're moving in the right direction for the share price, and this will of course adjust as time does go on. So I'm still feeling really good about PHUN. Again, I am still apprehensive to call it a buy right now. It depends on how much risk you're willing to take, of course, because this is going to be a risky stock no matter when you get into it, and no matter how long you wish to hold, and even no matter if you wish to go long or short, because it is very, very hard to predict. But what I'm hoping, and again, it cannot be said for certain because it is hard to predict, what I'm hoping for is a bit of a reversal in trend, and hopefully this is going to be the start of the stock moving back up. Now, a few of the other stocks in the sector were also moving up today. You'll see DWAC, which kind of leads this pack, is moving up as well. We're seeing PHUN, which is of course this stock being up the most. This one is up by 20%, so really it is outperforming a few of the others, but it is, kind of still following that trend of DWAC to a greater extent. And we're seeing Mark up as well by 4.6%, and BENE is up a little bit as well. So you'll see stocks in the sector are climbing, but whether this continues into tomorrow is going to be unclear. But again, this personal stock does have its own personal factors. Like I said, it's going to have its own reasons for going up by a certain amount. It's going to have its own reasons for finding a support level at a certain price, and that is what we are trying to do in the next couple of days. We're looking for our next level of support, and I think it could hopefully be somewhere in the $4 mark, if not the high threes, but only time will tell. Either way, I'll be back giving you guys another update tomorrow, so please do join us for that. Now, let me tell you about our Discord. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously it is split into multiple sections. Basically at the top we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs and other hot stocks including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well, and we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes and you can see actual contributions from members members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching, see you soon.